I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be why women don't want control. Women want the man in the relationship to gently lead and guide where the relationship or the interaction is going for the evening. And ultimately, your job as a man is to gently lead it and guide it so it ends up in the bedroom. I mean, at the end of the day, the process of seduction is all about getting closer and closer to a woman until you end up inside of her. I've got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hey Corey, I've just found your YouTube videos and I've been watching them for 2 days." Done like a good marathon of Coach Corey Wayne, huh? He says, I got in contact with a woman online, and after a few days she sent me a message asking me out for a drink during the weekend. And I couldn't do the weekend, but I gave her my number and said she should call me. As soon as she got my message, she sent me a text asking when she should call me. She did call me, and then we spoke for about an hour and a half. And I had only seen one photo of her, so I asked her to send me some by email that night. She has seen about 5 of me, but asked me to send more, so I did. I expected a reply from her, but I didn't get one. You should pay attention to those little things. It's like you ask her for more photos, she sends you none, but yet she asks you, and you just drop what you're doing and send her 5 right away. Pay attention to those things. Every little thing, it just communicates a level of interest, a level of flexibility. You know, especially when it comes to pictures. If she's only got one picture and you can't really see her body, and maybe usually it's because she's got something to hide or she doesn't have much to show for it. He says, odd, I thought, as she already knows what I look like, so I began to wonder if she didn't like my photos, but as I said, she already knows what I look like. And after a few days, I sent her a text asking her out for a drink, and she readily accepted. It was a week until the date, and I didn't contact her at all. On the day of the date, she sent me a text asking me if I was still interested in meeting, and I replied saying, yes, we're still on. After seeing one of your videos, you said it is a sign of weakness to text asking for confirmation when it was already confirmed, so that is good. Yep. Never do a call to verify or the type of date where you got to call back later to nail down your plans or finalize the plans, or just call before you come kind of bullshit. Because when a woman says those things or brings those things up, it's basically indicative of the fact that she has every intention of canceling a date on you. And the more you give her an opportunity to do that, the more you communicate that you're really not a worthwhile catch, and so she should not go out with you. He says, however, she didn't turn up for the date, so I left. When I got home, she had sent me a message online telling me that her car had gotten broken into and her purse was stolen with her phone in it. And so she couldn't contact me by phone, and she had to call the police and make a statement, etc. And she's really sorry that she didn't turn up. I didn't reply. A few hours later, she sent another message asking me if I got her message. She knows I did because she can see when her messages have been read. Again, apologizing. I sent a short message back saying, I hope she's okay. Sorry to hear about the break-in. I hope she gets her stuff back. And that's it. Then she replied, blowing up my inbox, apologizing so much. I replied saying that anyone can write what they want on the internet, so who knows what happened. This really upset her because what that tells me is you wrote that. You're basically saying, I assume you just stood me up because you're full of crap because I get stood up all the time. It's just the way you word that and the way you say it. A guy who's successful with women, he's not used to getting stood up by women, and so those kinds of things just don't usually happen. He wouldn't bring it up. He would trust but verify. He would trust that what she's saying is the truth, but he'd want to verify for sure, just to make sure. He says this really upset her because then she sent me an email apologizing a lot, and she also attached a copy of the police report with the reference number and contact details of the police officer dealing with her case. I then felt bad because I could see that it actually did happen. He says I thanked her for the info and if she was okay, and then from there we sent a few messages back and forth, and I started to flirt a bit. Why aren't you setting the next date at that point? He says after she could see that I was okay and not angry with her, she stopped responding. What the fuck? In her messages, she apologized a lot but never suggested to reschedule. Well, the fact is that she's reaching out to you and she's apologizing, so you got to remember, you're the man. Women don't want control. They'll put themselves into your orbit, But see, she's full of doubt and fear, and she wonders if you really like her or not, or you really want to meet up with her, or she's blown it. And so it's your job. She's got to come out and be the man. You're the one with the penis in the relationship. So you got to be the one that arranges the next date, because she sent you the police report and everything. So you just got to assume that, because if she didn't care, she would have just blown you off and she would have never responded. But the fact is, she's trying to say, hey, this really happened. This came up. Here's a police report. Here's this. Here's that. But at the end of the day, it's women don't want control. They want you to control the direction of the relationship. And so this particular thing happened, and then you kind of stand around like a woman waiting for her to make a decision to be the man in the relationship. But at the end of the day, reschedule the date. He says, after a few days, I contacted her saying it would be nice to reschedule before she goes on holiday. Then she gave me her full schedule for the week, explaining she's only free one evening and could I make it that evening. I could not make it, so I'm confused, Corey. I seem to have contacted her. When I do, she's responsive, but then she stops responding, but then doing things like apologizing so much when she thought I was going to drop her. He says, what does all this mean? How do you think I should play it? It was like, well, when you contact a girl, you have one purpose. It doesn't change. The bottom line is you set a definite date, she didn't show up, and then you get back home, there's all these messages saying, oh, my car got broken into, my phone got stolen, blah, 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 or whatever. And what you should have done was just say, oh, wow, that really sucks. So when do you want to reschedule for? And then make new plans. But instead, it's like you walked away from several conversations without ever bringing up rescheduling or trying to reschedule, because your job as a man, at the end, you don't, just because this happened doesn't mean that you throw your hands up and you expect her to start being the man in the relationship. You got to be the one that actually asks for the date. You got to make things happen. You got to facilitate that. Women will put themselves into your orbit and make themselves available for you. But if you don't go and make definite plans, then it's just simply not going to happen. That's why things are kind of up in the air, because this is kind of what happens. So it's like I do everything I can to prepare you for pretty much every eventuality with what's in my book and in my videos and my articles, but shit's going to happen, and that's what happens here. But at the end of the day, your goal should be to get together. The process of seduction is you want to get closer and closer until you ultimately end up inside of her. And so your job is to facilitate that, to make plans and then get the fuck off the phone. Not to sit there and send 50 texts back and forth or going through the drama of what happened with the police report or whatever. It's like, really great, just the facts, thanks. Hey, when can you get together then? And then you just make the date and then get the fuck off the phone. But instead, it's like you're one of those little vacuum cleaner robots that cleans the floor. It's like it gets stuck in the corner and it just keeps trying to drive into the corner, and that's kind of like what you're doing here. It's like you're just going around in circles and not really getting anywhere. Well, that's why you need to just be direct. Women don't want control in the relationship. They want, even when stuff like this happens, they want you to arrange a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen. That, at the end of the day, is what you're supposed to be doing. All the time, no matter what happens, that's your goal, that's your mission, if you choose to accept it. So if you got a question that you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website underneath the email sign-up box is a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, on the right-hand side there is a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters and the articles on my website, you can show your appreciation by going to my website, and on the Wibbia toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.